from ABC 15 out of Phoenix, I believe, but this is actually a Bay Area story. They say Bay Area Transit wants riders to carry intervention cards to help stop harassment. Is that what they think is going to do the trick? This is beyond parody. You couldn't write this if you tried. And I've made the joke a million times. Why not just put up a sign? You see signs all over San Francisco and Oakland. Oh, don't leave valuables in cars. Or roll your windows down. And this is another thing. Well, just carry a card. So if somebody starts attacking you, if a dope fiend starts attacking you on the BART, just make sure you have your card so you can give to somebody else who can then step in to stop the scary, mean dope fiend. But they say, Oakland, California, Bay Area Rapid Transit, or BART, promoted cards enabling riders to disclose harassment Friday in an effort to limit disturbances on public transportation systems. There's just no way. There's just no way that somebody who has a job working for a major transit system in a major area of the country came up and said, we'll give them cards. And that should really slow things down. So add to that the robbery free zone or no stealing area. Of course, we have the long-standing and very effective gun-free zone. Passengers experiencing sexual harassment can distribute cards informing and requesting assistance from bystanders. So they also know that the people sitting on the train with their head down reading their book or listening to their music refuse to help anybody because that's the world we live in. If you're lucky, you'd get somebody to take out their phone and start recording. But now, if somebody is harassing you or somebody is coming towards you who may or may not want to harass you, you can get up and give a card to a third party on the train. There's just no way this got through several levels of approval before they said, let's do it. Absolutely astonishing. They state, someone is this is what the cards say. All right. They state, someone is harassing me right now, and list options for helping, such as, you can stand with me while this is happening, and if I ask, would you text BART police? Use the BART Watch app or contact the train operator for me. So yeah, contact the BART police, which you guys absolutely hate. And if I'm not mistaken, they were the literal first line all the way back at Oscar Grant when he was eliminated by a BART police officer. So if there's anybody that you absolutely cannot stand, it would be the BART police, but I digress. Bystanders who notice disturbances can also hand out cards to perceived victims to provide assistance. The card reads, it appears you are being harassed, and note help is available. Okay. So it goes both ways. If somebody is harassing you, you can pass a useless card to a third party, and if you're a third party witnessing an altercation maybe, then you can get in between them and give them a card. And while businesses are fleeing, while restaurants are getting broken into once a week for months on end, while they're installing hundreds of cameras on the highway, while everything is collapsing, as Richie Rich would say, Scooby and the Ghost Chaser motorhomes.
Yeah, California, the people who legislate for us don't live here. They selling this motherfucker out. All the homeless people you see in these Scooby and the Ghost Chaser motorhomes parked everywhere, they not even from here. But it's so much free money going on. Yeah, free money, food stamps, all the shit. Yeah, California is over with, baby. You understand me? Yeah, you heard it from me. Fuck California.
It's all circling the drain. They are suggesting that a card will stop a junkie from attacking you on BART. Absolutely wild. I never thought it would come to this. Look, I constantly say, I don't know why I let this surprise me anymore, but you could have just left this one on the cutting room floor. Nobody thought. Did somebody do a TV interview? Did you pitch this? Did you draw up a press release and say, this will work, they're going to buy this? Insanity. The Bystander Intervention Safety Cards initiative is part of the Not One More Girl campaign, which BART employed with community organizations to end gender-based violence on public transportation. So no matter how bad it gets, they're still going to play the card, right? Oakland Police Department completely crumbling. They finally hired a chief of police after they went on record saying they were investigating fake racism from a dozen years ago and the 30 by 30 initiative. So even as it's all going downhill, they're still going to find a way to wedge in one of their talking points. BART has struggled to recapture its ridership levels from before the pandemic. Since before you destroyed it all on purpose, with Bay Area residents citing crime concerns in a May poll. 53% of respondents claimed someone they knew was a victim on the system. And I can say from experience, I've never been assaulted on the BART train, but I promise you, if you get off at that Coliseum BART station, which is supposed to be the haven for all Oakland professional sports, but if you get off there, that walk from the station to your car in the parking lot, because most BART stations have parking lots because it's only half of the trip versus the New York subway system that has very few parking lots because it can take you exactly where you need to go. But that aside, my point is the walk from the Coliseum BART station to your car, which may be close up front or all the way at the back of the parking lot, is a anxiety riddled walk. The transit system has also sought to ensure police are on trains more frequently, despite San Francisco officials' opposition to increased police involvement in combating crime. Yeah, so now San Francisco is going to bat against Oakland, and it's just a corruption race to the bottom, right? So in San Francisco, they don't want more cops because cops are evil and racist. But in Oakland, they want more cops because the few cops that they do have are getting run roughshod over by criminals, and 911 doesn't work. It's just a complete and total mess. In December, San Francisco Supervisor Dean Preston argued in a documentary the San Francisco Police Department's budget was very bloated, claiming the agency misallocated resources to the detriment of struggling neighborhoods. Okay, I'm sure they misallocated some funds, but just getting rid of the police certainly wasn't the answer. Or, I mean, I guess they technically didn't fully get rid of police, but they have handcuffed them, so to speak, right? Like, the court system says you can't get rid of tents on the sidewalk and all sorts of stuff. And it's just, I don't know how to put it. It's like you think that there would be one adult in the room who would say, hey, let's not do it that way. But they can't, which leads me to believe, as we know, there's a level of evil, incompetence, and stupid, and it's all just mixed into this giant corruption cauldron of disgusting political hacks, destroying a once beautiful state and amazing city, San Francisco, California as a whole. Absolutely mind-boggling. Crime has affected Oakland, California businesses as well. In-N-Out Burger announced in January the closure of its only Oakland location due to purported victimization of workers. Oh yeah, they were probably lying. That probably didn't happen. They said that somebody, broke into their car and beat them over the head with a gun to rob the $8 out of their pocket on the way, but that probably didn't happen. Do you have proof? Meanwhile, Christine Blasey Ford, she's all good. E. Jean Carroll, who has a cat named Vagina.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
That makes total sense. This is insanity. Purported victimization of workers and customers with armed robberies, car break-ins, property damage, and theft. We feel the frequency and severity of the crimes being encountered by customers and associates leave us no alternate, Chief Operating Officer Denny Warnick told the National Desk. The Bay Area department stores also restricted access to clothing items earlier this year due to shoplifting concerns. So yeah, while it's all falling apart, and they note that, the way to stop the junkies causing havoc on the train is to provide them with cards. And we know also, as we've seen in New York, if you stand up to somebody acting crazy on the train, they will throw the book at you, and you will immediately become the criminal. And here, directly from the BART Twitter account, this is a video they've posted, which I guess is meant to promote the intervention cards. They say you can ask any station agent for BART's free bystander intervention cards, which you can use if you're experiencing or witnessing harassment in stations and trains. Here's how they work.
Hello, we're two college students who are BART riders.
And safety is really important to us, so we're gonna go ask for the bystander intervention cards.
They probably did this for like $100 each, if that.
Hello, excuse me, will we be able to have some bystander intervention cards, please?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So this card over here is for when you're being harassed. It says, "You got me." So you'd hand it to somebody else, and it gives them instructions on how they can help you.
Sorry, I have
They're really living, they're genuinely living in this fantasy world where if somebody's attacking you, you can take out your harassment card and give it to somebody else on the train. How is this happening?
If you see someone being harassed, you can also give them this I Got You card, which gives them instructions on the back to find the BART police or call someone, or more instructions on how to be safe.
I really appreciate these cards because they gave me a concrete way to deal with an unsafe situation.
What? You a concrete way to deal with an unsafe situation? Now, you can't have a weapon. You can't even basically have pepper spray or mace or brass knuckles or any of that. Of course you can't have a gun, which would be the real way you could deal with an unsafe situation. But now a card is helping. Are people really buying? There's no way. There's just no way.
I'm not very equipped to deal with them on my own, and so these cards give me a sense of community and a sense of support.
Especially for young college students and for youth, I think these cards are really accessible. It just gives a very easy way to either help someone or to ask for help without having to do much. If everyone has one, then we'll just be able to support each other so much better and feel.
This is absolutely wild. Every day I think we've reached the peak, but this isn't actually the peak. If somebody is harassing you in a way that makes you feel unsafe, hand a person close to you the blue "You Got Me" card. Wow. If you are noticing so this is them just going through it. And I read somewhere that this is about, female identified riders. So even then, they have to squeeze in, of course, the gender ideology. So I guess if you're a man pretending to be a woman, then somebody will protect you. If you absolutely wild. The cards were created as part of BART's Not One More Girl campaign, which encourages safety through bystander support and awareness, especially for girls and gender expansive youth. This is absolutely wild. And there's no question, there's absolutely no discussion on how everything got so bad. When you have people and projects and initiatives like this that are operating completely outside the realm of reality, nothing's going to work properly.